Good morning. Last class we studied axial dispersion model, and that axial dispersion model is without reaction. Without reaction, and for a condition d by ul, it was for a condition d by ul greater than 0.001. Okay, 0.01. So this for this you have developed the equation for d by ul greater than 0.01 and axial dispersion model. Axial dispersion model, no reaction here, no reaction, and you have also developed the equation for open vessel and closed vessel. Closed vessel. Okay, so this is what you have studied yesterday. This is what you have studied yesterday. Okay, so now let us go with what happens if d by ul is less than 0.01. So if d by ul is less than 0.01, the boundary conditions will not have much effect. They will not have effect on the C versus T curve. There not much effect, and one gets only Gaussian. Okay, and one gets only Gaussian distribution. And I'll just give the equation for finding E theta for this case also. This is again d by ul, axial dispersion, d by ul less than 0.01, axial dispersion model. And I said boundary conditions will not have any effect on C versus T curve. A very important note. And one will get a Gaussian distribution. One will get a Gaussian distribution. And there is an equation to find sigma square by T bar square by equal to 2 by P, Peclet number, 2 by P. So this doesn't have the diffusion or the dispersion will not show much effect here. That is the meaning. When this dispersion is very less, as this dispersion is very less, no. So your equation reduces to sigma square by d bar square is equal to 2 by P. That plus you had minus in case of closed vessel you had minus something, and in case of open vessel you had plus something. So that second term is not there. Just observe. This first term remains common for all the open vessel, closed vessel as well. This case, the first term remains same for this as well as here. But for open vessel, you have this plus something. For closed, you have this minus something. Okay. So since there is no dispersion effect, your equation reduces to sigma square by T bar square is equal to 2 by P. And one equation also for E theta. Let me just copy the value for E theta. E theta is equal to 1 by root of 4 pi by PE exponential minus of 1 minus theta square by 4 by PE. This is the equation to find E theta. And let me just write the equations for this also, open and closed vessels. It's just a recap. So here for this it is sigma square by T bar square is equal to 2 by PE plus 8 by PE square. This is for open. And for closed, sigma square by T bar square is equal to 2 by PE minus 2 by PE square into 1 minus e to the power of minus PE. This is your equation for closed vessel. And for closed vessel, E theta will be E theta. Shall I write? Okay, I'll write E theta here. E theta for the open vessel. I have E theta. Oh, that space is not sufficient for me. Let me write it somewhere down. So one open vessel, two closed vessel, and E theta for open vessel. O says open vessel, and the value is 1 by root of 4 pi by PE into theta. This is 4. Oh, can't say. Okay. This is 1 by 4 pi PE into theta exponential of minus 1 minus theta square by 4 by PE into theta. So this is E theta for open, open. O says open, open vessel. E theta, open, open vessel. So I have learnt all these equations till now. The next one is action dispersion model with reaction. Action dispersion model with reaction. So, axial dispersion model with reaction. Let me just go with the diagram. Let me take the plug flow reactor. When the conditions at the inlet are FA0, CA0, V0 and here it is FA, CA, V. Here also I take V, okay. So let me consider one differential element here of thickness delta x. Let me consider a differential element of thickness delta x. Okay. So delta x, this is the thickness delta x, and at this point it is x, and at this at this point it will be x plus delta x. So I'll just start with the material balance. What is that material balance? Input equal to output plus accumulation plus disappearance. What is the input here? The input here will be d into dou square Ca by dou x square plus UCA. See, last derivation, what I did, I had done the tracer balance. I didn't have any reaction there. It was just purely a tracer balance. But here it's with reaction. So I'll go with the reactant A. UCA at this is at x. This will be equal to output also will be same d into dou square Ca by dou x square plus UCA at x plus delta x, no accumulation, and the rate of disappearance will be minus R A delta x of, I just missed a step, into cross sectional area, into area, and here also into AC. So here let me consider an nth order reaction, and I will replace minus RA equal to KCA per n. And I'll also divide this equation throughout by delta x. What am I doing? I am replacing minus RA equal to KCA power n and divide the whole equation by delta x. And now the equation reduces to d square Ca by dx square d into minus u into sorry, it is dou only, no, it is still dou square Ca by dou x square minus u into dou Ca by dou x minus KCA per n, KCA per n will be equal to 0. So this is the main equation. Next all is the boundary conditions. So let us go with the first boundary condition. The first boundary condition is boundary condition 1. This is at the inlet. At the inlet, the boundary condition, this remains the same. So I can write this as UCA naught, or UCA naught will be equal to minus d into dCA by dx plus UCA. This is at this point, at the entrance. So here it is, I'll call this 0 minus 0 plus. So this is UCA naught. At this condition, I'll call inlet 0 minus at immediately at the inlet. What will be the concentration here? This term, hope you can observe here. 0 minus is before it enters, and 0 plus is as soon as it enters. So this this UCA naught will be equal to minus as soon as it enters, there is some dispersion already present here. There is some dispersion happening here. So and along with that, this UCA is also coming out. See, UCA comes out. Along with this UCA, there is also dispersion. So it is due to molecular diffusion as well as the convection. Okay. So this is your first boundary condition 1, and the second boundary condition. The second boundary condition, in the similar basis, if I write, I can consider this as for the at length L minus and L plus. And this UCA L minus will be equal to minus D into dCA by dx plus UCA at L. Actually, what L at this point and this point, it will be almost same. Whatever is here only will come out. So your CAL minus will be equal to CAL plus. So this is equal. So what can I write? I can also now write dCA by dx equal to 0. dCA by dx equal to 0. This was done by Danckwerts. So we call this boundary conditions as Danckwerts intuitive boundary condition. Danckwerts intuitive boundary conditions. Okay, so this is how it happens, and let me write the final boundary condition as second boundary condition as dCA by dx equal to 0. That will be sufficient. Second boundary condition, dCA by dx equal to 0. So this is 3, and these are called as Danckwerts. DANCK WERTS Institute boundary condition. This is okay. Now the solution for this equation, you need not worry much. I'll just give the final equation. Note that final equation. See, these are very complicated equations. Maybe it is difficult for you to solve it just directly like this. So people have worked and they have used some MATLABs or and all, and they have solved and they have given some final expression. So if you remember the final expression, that is more than enough. So now I'll be writing the final expression. I'll rub this. It's not required now. Rub this and write the boundary condition. Sorry, write the final equation to find the concentration. And that expression is Ca by Ca naught equal to, if we write that equation, Ca by Ca naught equal to 1 minus Xa, which is also equal to 4a. I really can't remember this. I'll just check whether I'm writing correctly or not. 4a exponential of 1 by 2 UL by D divided by 1 plus a whole square exponential of a by 2 UL by D minus 1 minus a whole square exponential of minus a by 2 UL by D, where a equal to root of 1 plus 4 of k tau into D by UL. Yes. This is your equation. For finding Ca by Ca naught in a non-ideal PFR. And here in the non-ideal PFR, the cause for non-ideality is dispersion. See, now if I write the equation to find the conversion in an ideal PFR, now it is so simple. What is that? Or just recollect the equation what you had derived for finding the conversion in an ideal PFR. It is just Ca by Ca naught is equal to 1 minus xa is equal to e to the power of minus k into tau p. Such a simple equation, such a simple equation. But when we have to account for non-ideality, the equation will be in this form. Okay, so let me just brief the steps again. See, I have a reactor available to me. There is one reactor lying there. What I'll do, first step we will conduct RTD experiments. We will conduct the RTD experiments. After conducting the RTD experiments, we will plot C versus T curve. C versus T curve. And I have shown you series of C versus T curve. So based on that C versus T curve, we can identify what is causing the non-ideality. The cause for non-ideality may be improper packing, that is due to channeling, it may be channeling or back mixing or creation of vertices. So like that, looking at the nature of C versus T, you can identify, okay, this is something happening like this. Okay, so once you know that, then next step is modeling the reactor. Considering that, see, you can consider that as two PFRs in parallel for modeling sake. So it is actually reaction is happening in one single reactor. But when I model, depending on the C versus T nature, I'll just assume something there. Maybe I can assume that as 2PF. I'm trying to develop equations, right? So when I'm trying to develop equations, I should approximate that C curve, whatever I have got, to the condition like this. It may be CSTRs in series, or tanks in series model, or axial dispersion model. So like that we will approximate and develop the model. So in that, one such model for a PF, if there is lot of dispersion, one such model we have developed, and for this we have mathematically we can calculate the conversion. So after calculating the conversion, how this really helps to me? This really helps to me to find the extent of non-ideality. I can say out of 10 liters, only 5 liters are getting processed. The other 5 liters, I don't know what is the extent of non-ideality. I don't know what is really happening in the extent of to check the extent of non-ideality. We are developing the equations. Okay, so yeah, so this is how we can estimate the extent of non-ideality. But usually what happens, they develop, if there is some experiment to be designed, they first try to develop the models. And what is the basis to develop the models? The basis to develop these models are D by UL. See, 11th may use you data for D by UL versus NRE. Series of D by UL versus for different ways of different NRE values. So once you have this D by UL value, you can go back, do the back calculations. Once you have D by UL, you can calculate E theta. Once you have E theta, you can calculate sigma, and you can calculate the number of tanks. Once you have sigma, you can calculate the number of tanks required. What is it? Sigma square by T bar square is equal to 1 by N. So like that you can find number of tanks. So after that you can also find T bar. So once we find T bar, V and V naught can be decided. That is how after modeling also, developing the equations also, you can design the reactor. I'll repeat. They will just assume the conditions and develop the mathematical equations, and from that, so after developing the mathematical equations, this D by UL can be obtained for different NRE values from the literature. After getting that, next is finding E theta. After E theta, sigma square by T bar square and the number of tanks. So after finding the number of tanks, then again do the back calculations to find T bar. Okay. See, first you will get sigma theta square, a dimensionless number, after finding D by UL. Once you have this D by UL, you can find sigma square by T bar square or sigma theta square. And then the number of tanks. Then T bar. After finding T bar, what is T bar? V by V naught, volume of the reactor by volumetric flow rate. So you can actually then find out what is the actual volume required. actual volume required, and how to fix the flow rate. So that is why you will be studying this chapter. This topic, models for non-ideal flow. Okay. The next is tanks in series model. Tanks in series model. So now the tanks in series model. Tanks in series model. Tanks in series model. Okay. So let me consider here n tanks. N tanks of equal volume in series. I'll just draw the n and equal volumes. Equal volume. So let me draw them. 1, 2 yeah, it has V1, V2, Vi, individual tank any Vn. So this will be n Cn minus 1, Ci minus 1, C2, C1, C0. Okay. And let me write here V1 equal to V2 equal to Vi equal to Vn. Okay. So the total V will be n times individual volumes. N times individual volumes. Okay. Let us start with the material balance for the first reactor. Let me draw something. I think I have drawn E theta or C theta. Okay, I have drawn E theta. E theta versus theta. See, for the first one, if I draw, for tank 1, it will be, you just try to recollect what you have already done. It will be in this way for tank 1. This is for tank 1, n is equal to 1. Yeah. So let me do the material balance for this. What is the input? Input is V into C0. Sorry, the tracer input, right? I'm not doing the reactant. It is tracer. So inject pulse tracer. Input equal to output plus accumulation plus disappearance. Input, I'm giving pulse input here again. Pulse, so input is 0, V into C plus no accumulation, V into dC by dt, dC1 by dt. Okay, Vi I call, Vi into dC1 by dt. And now if you solve this equation, what you get is this. I'll not solve it totally because this is repetition. I have solved this many times. C is equal to C0 e to the power of minus T by T bar. What is T bar? T bar is volume of reactor by volumetric flow rate. Now let me go with the second. This is tank 1. Tank 1. And now tank 2. Tank 2. What is the input to tank 2? It is V into C1. V into C1. And what is the output to tank 2? V into C2 plus V into it. This is dC2 by dt. If you solve this equation, this is C1, this C2 will be T minus T bar square. You solve the equation. Of course, you don't need to solve it. You can just note this equation. T by T bar I C0 e to the power of minus T by T bar I. Similarly, C3 will be T by T bar I whole square C0 e to the power of minus T by T bar I by 2. So I can write for n tanks, for the concentration for the nth tank also I can write, and the expression for the nth tank for finding, you see there, yeah. The expression for finding the value in the nth tank will be, right, I'll just continue here. Of course I can drop the diagram. C for nth tank, T by T bar I square, n minus 1, I am just copying from here. See C3, Cn means say n minus 1 into C0 e to the power of minus t by t bar I by n minus 1. This is what you get. Okay. And finally e theta. How to find e theta for this? E theta for this will be n into n theta for n minus 1 by n minus 1 factorial e to the power of minus n theta. And xa, you know, xa will be what? 1 minus of 1 by from multiple reactors. You just recollect the equation what you had derived in multiple reaction. Multiple reactors. So this is how you find the value. This is how you find the value. And one last equation I should have written from this how to find the total number of tanks. That is sigma theta square. Actually sigma theta square is what? Sigma square by t bar square. This is also equal to 1 by n, which you have to remember always. Okay. Yeah. So this is for n is equal to 1. For n is equal to 1, you just recollect what you had written. E theta is equal to capital E theta. What you have? I had written this. E theta is equal to e to the power of minus theta. How do I get this? How do I get this? And let me just explain you here. It's recollection. E theta is actually what? E theta is t bar into what did I write? 1 second, I'll just try to. I'm not able to recollect what I had written for you. E theta will be okay. E theta will be correct. T bar into E of t. What I was writing was correct. Okay. So now T bar for a CSTR, what is E of t? E of t, I have developed an equation. Minus t by t bar by t bar. This goes off, and what am I left with? E to the power of minus theta. Theta is what? T by t bar. Theta is t by t bar, and what are you left with? E theta is equal to e to the power of minus theta. Okay. For n is equal to 1, for this is 1, this is 1. So e to the power of yeah. Okay. This is what you get, and for a different number of tanks now. So as you go on, moving towards number of tanks, see here there is here you can expect this nature, but here there is more mixing. There is more mixing happening. So the graph may be in this way, more skewed. Okay. Oh, let me not draw such a huge slope. I want to show something else also. So let me just go with the small values. So this is for, suppose this is for n is equal to 3, and this is for n is equal to, it goes on, n is equal to 2, it's smaller slope, n is equal to 3, bigger slope, n is equal to 4, little above that. So like that, if you go on increasing, at some point it approaches plug flow. That is what we have proved. Now n tanks in series approach plug flow. So see, you can see this nature of the graph. It's a spike shown for PF. So this is the nature what you get. So this is approximately N20 I can take. N20 I can take somewhere near N20. Okay. Yes. So this is about the tanks in series model. Now let us work out a problem. So there's a question here wherein you have series of concentration versus time data given. So looking at the data for the concentration, you can also say what type of input is given here. What type of input? So here, if you see it's slowly increasing from after 10, it goes on decreasing. So obviously it is a pulse input. The question for this is find conversion if it is an ideal PF, if it is an ideal MF, and if the conversion in tanks in series model. This is your question. tanks in series model. I can also put some more questions in a real PF, real PF, real MF. So many questions can be framed for this data. So let us go with step by step to solve how to get the details. Okay. So I'll just go with ideal conditions, ideal PF. Okay. First thing, ideal PF, ideal MF. So what is a MF? What is the equation to find? See how to find this? Just go with the performance equation and assume that as a first order reaction. Yeah, it's also given. It's a first order reaction. It's a first order reaction. Assume the first order reaction and find an expression to find the conversion. Okay, I should have also written the rate constant also is given. K is given. It is 0.25 minute inverse. So here go to the performance equation. What is that? V by Fa naught equal to tau by Ca naught equal to 0 to Xa dxa by minus Ra. This minus Ra equal to K Ca naught into 1 minus Xa. And yeah, so for this you have already developed the equation. Let me just write that equation, and the expression here is Xa, I mean, it is, I think, 1 minus K tau. Am I correct? Yeah, it is 1 minus K tau. Xa is equal to 1 minus Kt bar. Xa is equal to 1 minus K e to the power of minus Kt bar. Minus Kt bar. And if I am going with an MF, ideal MF, so this will be V by Fa naught equal to tau by Ca naught equal to Xa by minus Ra. And here you have to remember one more thing. See, for a first order reaction, it is ideal MF or real MF. The conversion remains the same. That is how I had proved the equation in the last day. I think it was in lecture video 2. For a first order reaction, whether you use whether it is an ideal MF or ideal real MF, the conversion remains the same, and mathematically I had shown it. So Xa is equal to K T bar by 1 plus K T bar. So T bar, how to find T bar, I have already explained. Okay, so but I can explain that later on. I mean, again I'll try to explain you. So these are the equations. Okay, now real PF and real MF. Real PF, what is that? Xa bar. Xa bar is equal to 0 to infinity Xa E of t dt. What is Xa? Xa depends on order, kinetics, and for first order kinetics it is 1 minus Xa bar is equal to 0 to infinity. It is 1 minus e to the power of minus Kt bar into E of t dt. Kt bar into E of t dt. Okay. So same here with MF. Xa bar is equal to 0 to infinity. This is also same. It is minus Kt bar. And this E of t, okay, I'll write this E of t here. But this E of t you have proved for a CSTR. What is that? E to the power of minus t by t bar, and you have developed an equation, and that equation was in this form. You can use this that form of the equation directly, or you can use this equation. You can use this form. Okay. Next, for tanks and series model, the last one. See, experiments will be conducted like this. Depending on the C versus T curve, we will decide for developing a model. Which model suits, whether it's axial dispersion model or tanks and series model. Both are single parameter models, and you can apply any one of that here. Okay, but multi-parameter models. So why, when we study this multi-parameter, if there are dead zones, multi-parameter models will account for so many things: dead zones, bypassing, so many non-ideality factors. Yes, tanks and series model. Tanks in series model. For tanks in series model, XA is equal to 1 minus of 1 by 1 plus K T bar I to the power of N. Okay. Yes, how to get this n can be obtained as 1 by sigma. How do I get n? N is equal to sigma square by T bar square. Sigma square by T bar square. Okay, so now we have series of equations. All these cases are solved. Ideal PF, real PF, ideal MF, real MF, tanks in series model. You have equations to find out all the values. So in all these, if you observe, what should I find from the experimental data given is T bar. See, K is given to me. And what do you need to find XA for an ideal PF? T bar. So how to find T bar? T bar is already discussed in the very beginning classes. So I can just write the I'll just write the expressions here. It's just a recap of what you have done already. So after finding C, plot C versus T and find this area. What will be E? E will be equal to C by 0 to infinity C dt. Okay. So after getting the values for series of E values, T bar will be what? 0 to infinity T E of T dt. So like this, what T bar? Okay. So what you have to find here? So this is T bar. Finding T bar. So here you will be finding T into E of T. Whatever values you have found for E into T. And plot T into E of T versus dt to get T bar. So once you have T bar, let me collect the equation for sigma. Sigma square is what? T minus T bar square. 0 to infinity. T minus T bar whole square. T minus T bar square into E of T dt. So from this you can find the value for sigma also. So what are you doing now? So you have T and T bar. So T minus T bar into E of T. Find series of values. Plot T minus T bar square versus T to get the value for sigma square. So once you have sigma square and T bar, you can find the value for N, the number of tanks. So once you have the number of tanks N, you can also find the value for XA. Okay. So the values, you check the values, find the values and let me know the values. Okay. So let me wind up. Thank you.